October 19th, 9:42 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby, Number 1. Mr. Wright? Yes? Why do you look so unhappy? Nothing.
Yeah, it's not that, he had a crisis of confidence in you yesterday, and we have a child about to go on the stand to say the Steel Samurai definitely murdered the bad guy.
Perhaps that's why I feel particularly close to him, because he's a dead man walking. This is no time for dead people jokes, please. We're going into this trial utterly defenseless. Yet if Mr. Powers is truly innocent, we should be able to find something overlooked in the evidence to prove it. Something overlooked? We have to find something, Phoenix, today. It's that or lose the trial. This isn't going to be easy.
Not going to be easy, but I feel like it might be a little bit simpler than Mia was letting on.
What do you know, Ghost Lady? Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honour. The defence is ready also, Your Honour. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. An unexpected fact has come to the attention of the court. Yesterday, we learned that there were other people present at the studios. Today, I would like to show evidence proving they had nothing to do with the murder. Very well. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. I wonder if it'll be that producer. The prosecution calls Mr. Sal Manella to the stand.
Yeah, there was no way that she was taking the stand today if she had anything to say about it.
Not willingly, at least. Will the witness state his name and profession? How rude can you get? You don't know me. I'm the director. I make the Steel Samurai, noob. Ruffle. Sal Manella. I'm a director. Television. Were you at Global Studios on the day of the murder? I love Edgeworth no-selling him. Look, alright, Edgeworth has it bad enough. He has to put on this British accent all day. He can't be a Yank until he goes home.
Exactly, and he has to deal with all of these absolutely bonkers witnesses when at the end of the day, he just wants to go home and have a cup of tea.
Indeed. Someone in the trailer on that day did it. Right. She doesn't waste any time putting on the pressure.
It's that side eye, that's the bit that does it.
I was at the studios from around 9 that morning. During the morning, I was doing, an action scene run-through. It took a lot more time than I thought it would. I hear that everyone else ate lunch in the employee area. But I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch.
I think we've got a little bit of something to prod there.
During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs. That's about it. The time of Mr. Hammer's death was 2:30. And according to your testimony, you were in a meeting at that time. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honour. The day of the murder. Okay, that seems fair.
Yeah.
He was doing an action scene run-through. Multiple people have said this. It took a lot more time. Yeah, because Will broke the Steel Samurai pole. They did eat lunch in the employee area.
They did. Hold it.
Yep. We saw 2 plates of yummy, scrumptious T-bone steaks there.
Well, without the bones, but yes.
That must have been tough. Phoenix. Yeah? Doesn't something about that seem odd to you?
It's contradictory.
It sure as hell is. Yeah, it does seem odd now that you mention it. Mr. Manella. What do you want? When I went to Studio 2, I saw something on the table there. There were 2 plates, the same kind of plates as the one in the employee area. Who ate lunch there? No, No, good call. I was embarrassed, so I didn't mention it. But I did eat after all. A T-bone steak, you mean? Yeah, well, I mean, the assistant went through all that trouble. Why, did Penny cook the steaks?
I have absolutely no idea. I just continue to be terrified by this man, and he needs to be in prison immediately.
Because runners just shift stuff, they don't handle like catering.
Well, exactly, but then once again, as we know, Penny also seems to have been dealing with set and props and God knows what else, so her also being catering wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, that's a class action lawsuit waiting to happen. If they took a break in that meeting, that contradicts his testimony. I'll press on that one a bit more. We were in the meeting till around 4 PM. What were you discussing? The Steel Samurai story, and our budget. Get this, the sponsors turn to me and say, Mr. Manella, because that's my name, those scripts of yours are not appropriate for children. Can you believe it?
Yes, I can 100% believe it.
So, nobody left the table during that whole meeting. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs.
Hold it.
You didn't take a single break.
That's a bloody long meeting.
Not a one. What's he sweating so much about, I wonder? If only I had an idea. Wait a second. Maybe I do have an idea.
Press harder.
Oh, I'm gonna squeeze him for his nerd juice. Wait a second. That's disgusting. Mr. Manella, you've just contradicted yourself. Didn't you just tell the court that you ate that T-bone steak during a break? Oops. Ruffle. Well? Mr. Manella, what's this all about? Well, yeah, I guess we did take a little break. Phoenix, great job. If they took a break, one of them could have gone to the studio during that time. Your Honor, I call on the witness to testify to the court about this break. Very well. Mr. Manella, your testimony, please. Look. Heh. Uh-oh. Edgeworth is laughing.
It's never a good sign when he starts laughing.
Yeah, for what it's worth, we took a break. Raffle. But it was only 15 minutes. 15! That's only 13 in base 12. Not enough time. I'm not smart enough to fact check that. Not enough time for someone to say commit murder in Studio 1, lol. That's only just enough time to eat a T-bone steak, if you ask me. I don't think it would even be enough time for that, but that's just me. Very well. You may begin the cross-examination. The break.
So 15 in base 12 is 13.
Okay.
Just for the clarity, so that everyone knows, obviously I'm looking this up because I'm not that smart either, but base 10 is the sort of standard of each digit in a number represents the number of copies of that power of 10.
Okay.
So the first digit tells you how many 1s you have, the second tells you how many 10s you have, the third tells you how many 10 times 10 you have, and so on. Base 12, each digit in a number represents the number of copies of that power of 12, and sort of it goes on like that. You're pretty much sort of consistent up to 10, and so 10 in base 10 is 10, but it's A in base 12, and then yeah, it's 12 is 10, 13 is 11, so on and so forth.
Okay.
It's weird. There's a reason that I only took A-level maths. I did not take further maths or take it any further than that because Jesus Christ.
I didn't get further than GCSE, mate. I don't think I even got a maths GCSE.
I mean, I honestly think that, yeah, there's an element of how much we need things to work.
What do you think, Rich?
It's impossible.
Thank you. Can we get back on with the actual video game talking now, please?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got distracted by maths.
Oh, brother. Preaching to the choir there. I agree that it was impossible for anyone in the trailer to go to the studio at that time. Haha! I laugh at you in British. I thought you might be thoughtlessly treading on thin ice again. But I see you had at least an inkling of the truth.
Well, yes, we have had an inkling of the truth.
You'd like to repeat back what people say like Solid Snake. Solid Snake?
It's quite fun for turning the tables on people.
It's also a commentary crutch, Mr. Richard.
Sometimes you have to rely on those crutches because they get you through to the end of the day.
Get you through to the end of the day? Go. When the people in the trailer took a break at 2:30, the way to the studio was blocked. Blocked by Mrs. Monkey's severed head.
Mr. Monkey, but sure.
It's actually Mr. Monkey, but Edgeworth has a point. And somehow I feel no desire to correct him. I believe we have seen enough evidence. I would like to relieve Mr. Manella from the stand. What? It's over?
And to be fair, I don't think there's much more that we can get out of this sweaty, weird thing.
Okay, I see how it is. However, it is also clear that none of these people could have gone to Studio One. They therefore have no real relation to this case.
No.
Hold up, old beard. Given the size of the costume, no one other than Mr. Powers could have worn it that day. All that is lacking is decisive evidence that he is the one who did it. If we had that, I'm afraid I would have to find Mr. Powers guilty. Your Honour, the prosecution is pleased to announce that we indeed have decisive evidence. A witness.
Oh God, here's Cody.
Who is this witness, Mr. Edgeworth? My witness saw the very moment when the steel samurai skewered the victim. Order! I will have order. I see. The court will take a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear your witness. And hopefully see, and maybe not smell him as well. Court is adjourned. Uh-oh. Frightening music followed us out here, Mia. We're done.
I feel like this is just going to be for the rest of the day. Like, it's not looking good, is it?
No, I'm sorry, Phoenix. I guess I was wrong. Mia! Don't tell me you're giving up. If you give up, what hope do I have? Don't get me wrong. I've never given up on a trial before, not while there was a chance. Only one thing became clear in your cross-examination. The people in the trailer could not have gone to Studio One. I thought there was more to it than that. That's all there is. What's going to happen to me? It kinda seems like everyone in that courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer. Don't worry, Mr. Powers. You are. Just kidding. You're innocent and we'll prove it. Leave it to us and be yourself. Be strong. You are the Steel Samurai, hero to children everywhere, after all. You... Thanks, Sneef. Okay, Phoenix. This one's for the kids. Let's do it to it! That was a short break.
I will take it.
Court is back in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution has a concern. Why did you use my voice for the judge, anyway? As our witness is a grade schooler of 10 years, and this is a murder case, we worry that the defense might cause unnecessary trauma with his cruel questioning. Nice to see Edgeworth taking the moral high ground.
In this situation, it's less of the moral high ground and more, he may or may not have some trauma relating to grade schoolers and trials.
I think I might have known that back in the day, but you just caused a memory to resurface. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Bring him a box, one of those donut crates should do.
He's also, quite interestingly, not the only character in the Ace Attorney franchise who also has trauma of trials and being a child.
I think I might be playing for a game where one such thing happens. I gotta go back to that. I put it down to play Disney Music Encore, so... Cody? Answer his question, okay? Hey, it's you, the nice lady. I'm Cody Hackins. I'm in 2nd grade. I get the feeling this is gonna be a long, long day. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember that you're speaking to a child. Try to be gentle. Witness, Cody. He's having trouble with this gentle thing. You were present, you were at Global Studios on the day of the incident. You got a problem with that? I like how the text box is obscuring Cody.
I know, it is very much the Mike Wazowski effect, but obviously it's just going, he's really bloody small.
I can't believe it! I'm a witness in a trial! Incidentally, photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in this courtroom. My apologies, Your Honor. He said he wouldn't testify if he couldn't bring it. I'd like special permission, if that's possible. Wait, so you're saying you had to bargain terms with a kid and you lost? Hey, I just got this new camera. Don't really know how to use it all that good yet. But I bring it with me wherever I go. Phoenix, I wonder if he had that camera on the day of the murder.
Most definitely.
You'd better make a note of it in the court record. Thank you very much. Still learning how to use it, that'll be important. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the day of the incident. Witness's account. I wanted to see a Steel Samurai rehearsal just once. I found a map on the internet and went to the studios that day. I went through the woods off the path so that old lady wouldn't catch me. I was going for the studio. I got kinda lost on the way though, for about 30 minutes. When I came out by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. It totally rocked. Right before my eyes, out came the bad guy. Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down. If I had my camera with me, that would have been the time for a shot, I tell you. Anyway, I couldn't get into the studio, so I went home. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. But be gentle, remember you're talking to a child. This kid is tougher than most adults we see in here, honestly.
Nick's not wrong.
So, did you notice a contradiction, Richie? Because I did.
I most definitely did. I think when he said if I had my camera with me, I feel like that's massive contradiction.
Wouldn't it be the last one, when he went home?
That less so, but I mean that might also be a contradiction.
Yes, I get the feeling we're using two separate guides again.
We are, most definitely, but it's fine. Because I think we can present the camera on that one.
Booyah! Cody, what you just said seems, well, a little strange. Didn't you say before that you always bring your digital camera wherever you go? You were quite clear about that. Oh. Cody, you shouldn't lie here. You understand that, right? Mr. Wright, a word with you? Uh-oh. Was I putting the pressure on too much? What is this digital camera contraption you're talking about? Jesus.
Oh god, I feel so old.
It's okay, he's only just gotten used to cave paintings.
I mean, you're not wrong. The judge here generally is ancient, but it does sort of make you just slightly flabbergasted at how quickly technology has evolved. That, yeah, the early noughties when this game came out, digital cameras were still relatively new and interesting, and now we all have really high quality cameras in our phones.
Not to mention the internet was kind of in its infancy at that point. Well, mainstream infancy, I should say.
Yeah, well, social media didn't exist yet. Like, the closest you had was the old school forums.
Newgrounds might have been a thing.
Yes, I think it might have been.
Like Flash animation and such.
Yeah, but obviously, I mean, when this game originally came out, YouTube didn't even exist.
Well, if we're going even further back to the GBA, yeah. Very well. Please testify to the court about what you were so busy watching. I was watching Art of the Saber on YouTube.
Of course.
You ever watch that? It's a really old, like, Star Wars live-action skit.
I have not, but it sounds interesting.
It's based on letters from the American Civil War, I believe. The Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy. Wham! Then the bad guy stopped moving. He's so strong, the Steel Samurai rules.
I feel we need to prod that bit about the bad guy stopping moving. I think that might be a little bit important.
Well, that was brief. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. What I saw wasn't much, but it's here. Then the bad guy stopped moving.
Yeah, hold it, Cody.
Why? Huh? What do you mean, why? Why wasn't the bad guy moving? Well, because the Steel Samurai brought him to justice. And how exactly did he do that? How did he do it? With a samurai kick, and a samurai punch, samurai chop, samurai slap. Something like that. He's still being vague about this.
Yeah.
How should I play this?
Press harder.
Fuck them kids! Something's bothering me. Before, you said that you couldn't take your eyes off the action. Yeah, so what? Yet you missed the most important part. Objection! What is the meaning of this? The witness has stated what he saw quite clearly. Objection! You know as well as I do that he's being vague. Tell me, what kind of murderer uses a samurai slap?
Yeah, it's not the most effective method for murdering people. I mean, I am sure if you slap someone stupidly hard, you theoretically could kill them. I mean, I wouldn't say that there is certainly a case where someone has basically been hit by an open palm and died because of the injuries, but I don't think it'd be that common.
Were you watching One Punch Man at the time, perchance?
I was not, no. I think I have seen about a case where it was the case, but it's such a long time ago now, if ever it did exist.
Thank you, said your waffler. On with the case. I know you. You can figure this out. Mr. Wright, your answer. We have ascertained that this young boy is a great fan of the Steel Samurai. Why wouldn't he watch the climax of the fight?
I think we can show evidence.
Oh, we can. Your Honour, I have evidence. Evidence, you say? Yes, Your Honour. Why did Cody look away from the fight?
Snap, snap.
Indeedy so. Here's my proof. What's that? The camera? The witness stated that he recently received this camera. Yes, I'm aware of that. He wasn't entirely familiar with its operation. I'm aware of that too. Ah! Correct. Why would Cody be looking somewhere else at the critical moment? Because he was looking at his camera.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to take a picture. Hey! Bullseye. What's your problem, Pops? You got a thing for picking on little kids? Pressing, not picking. Good job, Phoenix. Cody was lying, clearly. Smart of you to realise there was no way he could just stand there watching his hero and not take a picture.
Exactly.
Look, when my cats are, like, doing anything, I will take a picture, so you better believe if my hero turned up and I had a camera available, I would take a picture.
Exactly, especially if you are a second-grade child whose entire life basically revolves around this TV show.
So you missed the climax of the fight, correct? Yeah. Well, Phoenix? I'll bet you anything he's hiding more than that. Have him testify again. Right. Mia means business. Your Honor, the defense would like to request that Cody Hackins testifies once more. Very well. Cody? Could you please tell us about your camera? And about why you didn't take a picture of the fight? Welcome to the real world, kid.
Bit harsh, but sure.
No photo? Yeah, you're right, Pops. The Steel Samurai had just escaped from the clutches of the villain, so I held up my camera to take a picture. But the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. That's all that happened. Yup.
I think we need to prod that last statement.
Anything strange in that testimony, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure, but I'd like to proceed with the cross-examination anyway. Alrighty, last one it is.
Because, I mean, nobody is keeping things close to their chest when they say, that's all that happened. Yup. There is more to that story.
That's all? I wasn't sure how many lines he said. That's why we went back to the bench for a second. I would have once I got that lens open. Did he really not take a picture? Not even one?
Press him hard.
Nah, he definitely would have taken a picture. There's got to be something here I could use. Cody. Listen up, Cody Hackins. I know exactly what happened that day. You took a picture. Hey! Bullseye? How did you know? I see through all your lies, Cody Hackins. It's one of my powers.
Well, not necessarily one of Nick's powers. It might be one of Apollo's powers, but...
Yeah. Perhaps you can change your testimony to reflect this, Cody. I took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them.
Yeah, I think we need to present the path to glory on this one.
Indeedy so. If he had won, it would have gone in the scrapbook.
Exactly.
Man, every time you say Cody, you follow it with something bad. I just wanted to thank you for giving me this the other day. Huh? Oh, right. What was it you told me then? I go to every live performance. I always take a picture when the Steel Samurai lands the final blow. Whizzam! I got 'em all. I never miss one. A perfect collection. Oh, to be so young and yet hung by one's petard so early. Did you really get a picture of the Steel Samurai standing victorious over his foe? If you did, I find it hard to believe that you would just erase it. Wouldn't you keep it for your album?
Exactly.
Mr. Wright, what exactly is this album? It's called Path to Glory. It's a collection of pictures of the Steel Samurai, all taken by Cody Hackins. He claims it's a perfect collection of every battle the Steel Samurai has won. I see. He totally doesn't see, but let's just go on with us.
Yeah, I mean, you sort of just have to roll with the punches at this point if you're the judge. Just like, I don't understand what any of this newfangled stuff is. Digital pictures? Digital cameras?
Fuck it, put a parrot on the stand, I don't care. If the Steel Samurai has just defeated his adversary, I certainly would expect to see a picture of it in this album. Exactly my point, Your Honor. Ah! The Phoenix Brain Blast! Phoenix, I think we've finally discovered the truth. And what a truth it is! Mia, are we sure about this? Did he actually? I'm pretty sure what you're thinking is right. Tell him, Phoenix. Tell him what the truth is. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what is going on here. Why was there no picture in the album from the day of the murder? Why would the boy have erased the photos he took?
The Steel Samurai didn't win.
Even if it was blurry, it would still go in the album.
Exactly.
I can think of only one reason, Your Honor. The Steel Samurai didn't win. That's why Cody deleted those photos. You mean the Steel Samurai lost?
Yeah.
Well, Cody, I'm right, aren't I? Tell the truth. The bad guy defeated the Steel Samurai. No! No, wait, no! It's impossible! The Steel Samurai never loses! He never loses to anyone, ever! Your Honor. The witness has revealed everything with his words. There is a reason why he lied and told us he didn't take a picture. The same reason he erased his precious photos. For Cody, it was inconceivable that the Steel Samurai could be defeated. However, Cody witnessed the impossible. He saw the Steel Samurai lose. Yet to admit what he saw would destroy everything his two-grade self would believe in. That's why he lied and said the Steel Samurai won. He couldn't handle the truth.
I bet they were glad when they could get that line in there.
Yeah, just like the localizer's just so fucking smug at like 4:50 on an afternoon. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a zinger. Cody, is this true? What did you see? Tell the court, child. What did your child eyes see?
Like, I'm happy that Cornered is playing, but also, Nick, you made a child cry.
What did I say? What did I say? Wow, okay. You're right. The Steel Samurai fell down. Then he didn't move. Wow. Order! What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? The Steel Samurai was the murderer, not the victim. Yet, according to your witness's testimony, the Steel Samurai was the one who fell.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Wright, what's going on? Apparently, we have all made a serious error. An error? What's this all about, then?
The Steel Samurai was the victim.
If you understand what really happened, it's actually quite simple. Feeding seconds before bullshitting and, once again, putting a parrot on the stand. In other words, the Steel Samurai was not the killer, he was the victim. Don't you see? Jack Hammer was the Steel Samurai. Order! So, the Steel Samurai in this photograph. You're saying the man in this costume was the victim? Mr. Jack Hammer? It would have to be, because I don't think Sal Manella would, fit in it properly. Oldbag obviously doesn't fit in it, she was tested. I don't think Dee Vasquez would wear it, Penny's too short, so...
Exactly, and also Jack Hammer most certainly knew about the foot injury, so it's the only thing that makes sense.
That's what everyone thought. But remember what Miss Oldbag said in her testimony? On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 PM. Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station. Mr. Jack Hammer left the employee area after lunch. However, no one saw him going to Studio 1. Nor was there a picture of him. He waited for Mr. Powers to take a nap in his dressing room. Then he snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. But why would the victim do such a thing? I don't know.
No, that's the one bit of evidence that we do not have at present.
I get it. Huh? I thought that the Steel Samurai was moving strange. So it was a different person inside the suit. Pops! Huh? Me? What? Actually, there was one piece of data I saved. Data? Yeah, a photo on my digital camera.
Woohoo! Get in.
I don't know if that's truly bully for us, Rich, because the danger music is playing.
The danger music was always going to play at this moment in time, but I feel like it might prove very, very, very useful to us.
Now, sniff. Here, this is it. Interesting.
Very interesting.
Well, looking at this, it's still a little hard to say. I'm afraid that it could be anyone in that costume. Your opinion, Mr. Wright? I agree, Your Honor. This isn't decisive evidence. I'm sorry, this doesn't look like it's the proof we need. I'll give it back. Wait, Phoenix! Mia? What? Look at that photo once more. That's it, Phoenix. That photo is all the evidence you need to win this trial. What? Your Honor, may I see that photo once more, please? Certainly. I don't see why not. Phoenix, show him. There's a glaring, decisive inconsistency with the facts as we know them in that photo. Find the inconsistency in the photo.
Well, everyone's assuming that the murder took place in Studio 1, but I spot a little number 2 at the top there.
Your Honor, look at this. I see a gate. Might I draw your attention to the number on that gate? The number? Ah, yes. Well, it's hard to see, but it looks like a 2. Clearly not a 1, Your Honor, correct? Ah! I believe Mr. Edgeworth sees what I'm getting at. But... That's impossible! Eh? What's all this about, then?
Always the last one to get to the truth.
Indeed. I'll use the studio guide map. The body was found here in Studio 1. However, what do we see in this photo taken at the time of the murder? It does not say 1 on that gate in the photo. Your Honor, here is the true scene of the crime. Show the judge where the murder took place.
It took place in Studio 2.
Here, at Studio 2. I see. That would explain the 2 on the gate in the photo. Your Honor, I find it very significant that the murder took place in Studio 2.
The trailer is there.
As you may recall, there is a trailer in Studio 2. Now, on that day, a meeting was held in that very trailer. There was a break in the meeting corresponding to the time of death. During that break, Mr. Sal Manella and Miss D. Vasquez were outside eating steak. They were at the scene of the crime. We're so close, Rich.
So very close, although things are going to drag into a third day of investigating and trialing, but it will be fine. It
will indeed. I suppose that would be the case. Remember Mr. Sal Manella's testimony? Allow me to remind the court. He said no one in the trailer was guilty because they could not have gone to Studio 1. Yet in actuality, the reverse was true. Only someone in the trailer could have committed this murder. They were the only ones with access to the scene of the crime, Studio 2. Order! The defense makes the following claims. The scene of the crime was Studio 2. The person that the security guard Miss Ottenbag saw was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer. Mr. Hammer, for some reason, stole a Steel Samurai costume. Then he went to Studio 2. This is madness. Jack Hammer is the victim. The victim! Why would he steal a Steel Samurai costume? Are you suggesting he did so to cover up the details of his own murder? Well, no, of course not. Or do you have proof? Give me proof that the victim Jack Hammer stole the costume.
We have proof. We don't have the fingerprints for it, but I think we can prove that he made sure that Will Powers was sleeping so we could get the costume.
Oh, yes. I think I'm right, though. Well, you are. Here's my proof that Jack Hammer stole the costume.
The bottle of sleeping pills.
This is it. An empty medicine bottle? I found this on the table in the employee area. The same table where Mr. Hammer and Mr. Powers ate. The label reads, sleeping pills. Sleeping pills? The defendant, Mr. Powers, spent that entire afternoon sleeping. He was drugged by Mr. Hammer. Wait a moment. That bottle does raise some suspicions, yes. But there is no proof that Mr. Hammer used it. Your Honor, I have an idea.
Fingerprint the bottle.
Let's do it. An idea? Very well, let's hear it. I want to check this bottle for fingerprints. If my claim is true, Mr. Hammer's fingerprints should show up on the bottle, because at the time he used it, he wouldn't have been wearing the costume. I suppose you're right. Very well, the court will take possession of the bottle. I'm going to want it back, though. I have a small empty bottle collection. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Cody Hackins' testimony has revealed new possibilities in this case. In fact, things may have happened very differently than we previously thought. The Steel Samurai, seen by Mrs. Oldman, may have been the victim, Jack Hammer. The scene of the crime was not Studio 1, but Studio 2. And those in the trailer did have time to commit murder. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Your homework is to find the answer to the following question. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? Also, who killed him, and why? Find the answers for me by tomorrow. That's a lot of homework.
It is indeed, but I think it will prove useful.
You will need to reconsider your stance in this case. Above all, you will need to reconsider your suspicion of Mr. Will Powers. As you say, Your Honor. This trial will be extended until tomorrow. This is the last extension. Very well. Court is adjourned. Whew. Made it by the skin of our teeth as per usual, Rich.
It's a Phoenix Wright trial. How else do these things go?
That was a close one. We were saved by a hair, but that's all that counts. I thought seriously about going home about 3 times during the trial. Me too. Really? You both seem so confident. Ha! Maybe I should take up a career in acting. I was ready to pronounce you dead about 3 times back there. Me too. Dead? Ho ho, of course we're kidding. Are you sure? I wasn't kidding. Now, Mr. Powers, we have to go make our final investigation. But I promise you, we'll find the true killer by tomorrow's trial or your money back. He's gonna be hung, so, you know, he's not gonna get a chance to...
I'm quite liking our winning streak. I think we need that to continue.
Uh-huh.